SSI, otherwise known as Supplemental Security Income, and how this program is completely unfair for the millions of beneficiaries. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in this video, so let's get right into it. Alright, SSI, which is a very important program, sending out monthly benefits to about 8 million beneficiaries each and every month, and administered by the Social Security Administration. However, at the same time, the program is completely unfair to all of these millions of beneficiaries, which is exactly what I want to talk about right here in the video, so let's get right into the details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video. Things are changing very rapidly right now, but I am your one and only daily advocate, and I'm here for you each and every day right by your side, doing all this research and breaking it down into these short videos, which I deliver a couple times each and every day so that you can stay updated with what is actually going on right now, what is being announced, and anything else that may be coming out and hitting the wire, especially as it pertains to money, benefits, fixed income benefits like SSI, as well as Social Security, programs, as well as all of these other pieces of legislation, new bills, announcements out of the president and or Congress, and so many other things that continue to pop up right here, like money, benefits, checks, and so much more. There's a lot going on right now, but I'm here for you in any way that I can be to keep you updated and to help you out during this time in any way that I possibly can. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and discuss SSI, which is a very important program, but at the same time also completely unfair for the millions of beneficiaries. Now, if you're somebody receiving SSI, Supplemental Security Income, you probably don't need me to go through a big long list of why this program is unfair. You can probably give me the list yourself down below in the comment section. In fact, if you're interested in doing so, I would love to hear from you down below if you are an SSI beneficiary, and let me know what your thoughts are as far as the program, and do you think this program is actually fair for the roughly 8 million beneficiaries who rely on these benefits for virtually all of their monthly income every single month? But let's get into it and discuss the list. By all means, I want to say this much as well. The list that I'm about to go through does not encompass everything. We could be here for a couple hours talking about all the different things that this program needs to undergo. In other words, to make this program actually equitable and fair for all of the beneficiaries. All right, so first off, number one, let's throw the obvious one out there. The maximum benefit as of right now in 2022 is $841 per month. That is the maximum benefit as of 2022, as of right now, as I record this video. Of course, that number will be adjusting each and every year as a result of the cost of living adjustment, but that's $841 right now. Let me give you a percentage because this is actually interesting to understand. As a percentage of the federal poverty line, SSI benefits, the maximum benefit is 74.2% of the federal poverty line. In other words, just to bring all of these millions of beneficiaries up to the federal poverty line, you would need to get a raise of 25.8% to your monthly benefits just to bring you up to the federal poverty line. Incredible, right? Yeah, exactly. So that's like huge. That would be a massive raise that you would need to get just to bring you up to that federal poverty line of over $1,100 per month. Well, that's number one. Number two, this program has not been reformed since the 80s. Well, let me ask you, anything that has happened back in the 80s, so nearly call it 40 years ago or thereabouts, do you think anything would need to be changed if something was implemented 35 or 40 years ago and the last time that it was changed? You think something would need to be fixed up a little bit by now? Yeah, by all means. Virtually anything would need a little tune-up after about 40 years. Well, the same thing goes with SSI, this program. So again, it's a great program, don't get me wrong, but it needs a massive tune-up. So this program has not been reformed in that amount of time. Something else about this program that is very much out of date right now, the marriage penalty that is still in place. Let me explain this for you because this is actually a little bit eye-opening when you see the numbers behind this. So, way back in the early 70s when SSI was a brand new program. That's when SSI was actually formed, right? So the inception was back in the early 1970s. SSI was a program that came out and was sending out monthly benefits. Well, as the result of that, they implemented something that we refer to as the marriage penalty. In other words, if you're receiving SSI and you're married, you're likely going to be penalized for receiving SSI benefits. Unfair, right? So you are being penalized because you're married. Yeah, pretty much is what it comes down to. Let me tell you this much. So as of right now, like I said, the maximum benefit for an individual is $841 for an individual. However, the maximum benefit for a married couple is $1,261 on a monthly basis. So once again, look at this. If you're an individual, you can get $841 a month. But if you're married, you get $1,261 as a maximum. So you only get about another $400 more if you're married. So you get a reduction of virtually about 50% in the event that you're married and receiving benefits. Again, does that make any sense? No, not really. Maybe back in the 70s that was something that made sense, but not anymore, not in 2022, right? So this is another thing that's going on. Also, this is a major point about this program as well. The income thresholds for SSI is virtually nothing, right? You can earn almost nothing on SSI before they start reducing your benefits in a very big way, because this is a means-based program where they basically say, hey, we'll give you benefits in the event that you need them, but if you start having any amount of income, virtually any income, they start to reduce your benefits in a very big way. Well, again, it's not really fair because anybody that's receiving these benefits, older adults or people with disabilities, maybe you want to go out, especially right now during this high inflationary time that we're currently living through, and maybe you say, I can maybe work 10 hours a week. I can work 20 hours a week. I want to do something for myself and be self-employed, and I want to generate, $100 a week, $400 a month, maybe an extra $500 a month, whatever it happens to be. Maybe you're self-employed and you want to do something on your own. Well, that sure would be nice to do, but unfortunately, you can't with this program if you're enrolled, because then they're going to start reducing your benefits once again. So one of the major problems with this program is that it disincentivizes anybody to go and be able to do something. If you're somebody who is receiving these benefits and maybe you want to do something to supplement your income right now, you would be penalized in order to do that. Well, this disincentivizes people that want to go out and do something, but yet say, I can't, otherwise I'm going to sacrifice or lose my monthly benefit. Well, that's not fair. And again, this program is set up in such a way that it basically sets people up in such a way that it doesn't allow you to get ahead, as far as it doesn't allow you to earn any money. It doesn't allow you to be self-employed. It doesn't allow you to actually bring in extra money. And if you get any kind of extra supplement from anybody, as in like a bag of groceries, you're supposed to report it. Seriously? A bag of groceries? I'm supposed to report? Yeah, exactly. Seems weird, right? But you're supposed to. And if they find out that you're getting help from somebody and that you're not reporting it, again, they could garnish or remove your eligibility for the program. Seems kind of weird. Seems a little bit backwards, right? Well, yeah, exactly. So not only that, like I said, the program sets up in such a way that it does not allow these beneficiaries to get ahead. Let me explain the kind of what's going on with this program. So as of right now, and again, there's a piece of legislation out there right now where they want to raise these limits, but here's what it comes down to. If you're an SSI beneficiary, as an individual, you can have up to $2,000 in savings or like cash money, right? You could have cash, savings in a savings account, a bank account, something like this. You can have $2,000 as an individual. As a married couple, you can have $3,000. Again, some amounts that are way out of date right now, especially for 2022. And $2,000 and $3,000 doesn't really go that far these days anymore with all of this inflation that we're currently dealing with, right? Maybe it gets you a couple months worth of rent. Maybe it gets you a month or two of groceries. It doesn't get you much anymore, right? So again, this is another aspect of this very important program that is severely out of date. $2,000 and $3,000 of asset levels is not enough. But like I said, there is a piece of legislation out there right now to raise these asset levels up to $10,000 as an individual and $20,000 as a married couple. So this would actually be a nice little change to it. But at the end of the day, if everybody's restricted on how much money they can actually earn, what is this actually going to do? I mean, how long is it going to take getting $841 a month from SSI to save $10,000 or to save $20,000 as a couple getting $1,261 a month? It's going to take decades to save that amount of money because, remember, you also got to live on that money each and every month too, right? The $841 or the $1,261, you still need to live on that and then try to save some away to build up a $10,000 or $20,000 savings. Yeah, it's going to take a very long time, right? And any little setback is going to diminish those savings, right? So anyway, as you can see here, a lot of things about this program need some massive reform. Well, Thankfully, there is a little bit of legislation out there now, which again is a little bit stalled out in the Senate right now. But the SSI Restoration Act, again, I've talked about this in a few other videos before. We've gone through all the details about this, but this actually does do a variety of these changes that I'm talking about right here in the video, including increasing the asset levels to $10,000 as an individual, $20,000 as a married couple. It also wants to remove the marriage penalty. That'd be really nice for a lot of people. They also want to increase the income or the monthly benefits from the maximum right now up to the federal poverty line, which again would be incredible for a lot of people. So just those three pillars alone would be life-changing for the vast majority of beneficiaries, right? You can save more. Well, they also have a provision in there in the SSI Restoration Act as well, where you can actually earn a little bit more money. It's up to $399 a month. So again, versus what it is now, which is virtually nothing, at least you'd be able to earn a little bit. About $100 a week is what it would average out to. A little bit less than that, but about $100 a week. So again, giving people the ability to go out and maybe do something, maybe work a few hours a week, maybe do something self-employed if you want to, whatever it happens to be, mowing your neighbor's lawn, taking out the trash, shoveling snow. I mean, seriously, washing cars, anything like this. It doesn't really matter. Something to generate a little bit of extra money on an ongoing basis would help out a lot of people right now, right? Or maybe dog sitting or cat sitting. Seriously, it's things like this. It doesn't really matter what it happens to be. Anything that generates a little bit of extra money, or maybe the event where you get a bag of groceries from a family member or a friend or a neighbor, somebody like this, and not be penalized for that. So the fact of the matter is, SSI, Supplemental Security Income, is a very important program. There's, like I said, 8 million people who rely on these benefits every single month. However, the program needs some major changes. It is way behind the times right now. It needs to be fixed up in a really big way. And all we need to do is continue to hope that Congress will come forward and actually do that for the millions of beneficiaries who rely on these monthly benefits every single month as, like I said, the vast majority of their income, because it certainly couldn't be a fraction of the income, because if that was only a fraction of your income, you wouldn't be getting SSI, right? That's my point, is there's a lot of people that rely on this. And I want to throw this out there one more time because I've said it many times in previous videos. But again, we just have to remember this too, what the president has said about older adults and people with disabilities. He has said, no older adults or people with disabilities should ever need to live in poverty in America. Well, guess what? SSI beneficiaries are by definition living in poverty because income is below the federal poverty line. And guess what? Anybody receiving SSI is either an older adult, age 65 or older, or somebody who's younger who has a disability. So literally all of the people that the president has identified are falling into this category. So there you go. 8 million people that could be immediately lifted out of poverty by simply raising benefits and adjusting this program just by a few pieces of legislation. That's all it would really take. Super easy to do. Just Congress has to do it, right? I wish I had the authority to do it, but I don't, right? I could simply write something up and sign it, but nobody would care, right? At the end of the day, I could write up all the legislation. I could slap my signature on it, but it's not going to have any effect, right? It'd be super cool if it did, but it doesn't, unfortunately. But anyway, so again, a very important program, very essential, helping out 8 million people, but at the end of the day, needs some major fixes, as this program is pretty broken up right now and needs to be fixed up in a really big way. Anyway, I wanted to bring this down for you, but again, I could sit here for probably an hour telling you all the different reasons why this program needs to be fixed up, why it needs to be fixed up immediately, and how all of these 8 million beneficiaries rely on these monthly benefits in a pretty big way. And I'm guessing some of you watching this video are probably SSI beneficiaries. I would love to hear from you down in the comments section and let me know what you think about this program and how it needs to be changed to help better suit you and your situation. So anyway, thanks so much for watching this. I really do appreciate it. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel. And remember, I'm here for you every single day in any way that I possibly can be as your one and only daily advocate. All right, thanks again. Enjoy. Until next time, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later.